best community radio station, Voice of Hope, 90.5 FM, 100% life-changing knowledge. Lolu hlelo uletfulelwa ngetilotfo letinhle Tembokodo Publishers.
Alright, emsakatweni izwi lethemba njengoba ngishito ngathi singena ku feature yethu lapho khona sithi readers are leaders ngosiyami ya nginethi hambeli tamla tindlini tokusakata ndaba niketha nje lesikhathi just nje to say good morning to you nawe lapho khona ngina Dr. Chanel and then ngina Professor Mdluli etindlini tokusakata. Let me take this opportunity and give you the time just to greet our listeners.
Good morning, listeners. Sanibonani balaleli, and it's an honor and pleasure to be here.
Good morning, everyone. It's a privilege to be on the Voice of Hope morning breakfast show.
Okay. Otherwise, are you all good?
We are fine. Thank you very much. And we trust you are also fine.
Yes, I'm also fine. All right, yeah, njengoba uthi vele la sina Dr. Mdluli, sina Dr. Chanel, sorry, na Professor Mdluli etindlini tokusakata. Sibuka libhuku la sihloko sayo lithi when the wheels come off, managing stress constructively. Angicale ngala kuwe Professor kunje usindlalele nje nganali elibhuku bami.
Yes, when the wheels come off is a personal story which we decided to sibhale lencwadi after Dr. Chanel went through the experience of suffering stress, which led to depression and led to a stroke experience. And after she went through the stroke experience, we started to work through, and we felt let's share this experience with other people to say you can learn to manage stress constructively, because we all go through stress in life.
Yes.
You can manage it constructively and recover. You can manage it destructively and destroy yourself. Stress is part of life. Stress is a reality. Actually, if you don't have stress, you must get worried. It's like you are not alive. But the question is it stress that you are able to manage constructively, or are you managing it in a destructive way?
Okay.
Right.
We debated about the title, When the Wheels Come Off. At first we thought when the lights come off. But then we thought if we say when the lights come off, it's like a death inside. So we said when the wheels come off, lenda msindo lelivilu kancane until it comes off, and they all come off.
Okay. Doctor.
Right. Thank you. When my wheels came off in 2016 and I had the mild ischemic stroke, I wanted to warn people that ongoing stress can be very detrimental.
Okay.
And going through life with a wheel or two missing can be very difficult, and it can also be very painful. And in fact, it can lead to a complete breakdown, whether it be physically, mentally, or emotionally.
Yes.
So Professor Mdluli encouraged me to embark on the venture of writing, and we co-authored this interactive manual which highlights the causes and the symptoms and how to manage stress constructively.
Yes.
That's where we're at, to the title.
Okay. Yeah, uyativela eliphethe lelibhuku leli ngiyalibuka nje likhona nje la phambili kwami. So we continue looking at chapter number 1 about stress. How do you recognize stress in one's life?
Okay, so positive and negative stress affects all people, whether it affects them individually or collectively. Now, positive stress is that driving, very beneficial force, which stimulates people to cope with the environmental demands and expectations.
Okay.
Whereas the negative stress is experienced when those demands become too high, as well as the expectations, or too much for the person to cope with.
Okay.
And in so doing can threaten their well-being. Now, in the book, we developed a questionnaire, and we involved in our study educators, we involved people in leadership positions, we involved people that are in the corporate world. And we found that the three main stresses in life was work, finance, and relationships.
Okay.
But that those stresses really are extrinsic in nature. And we are not taking the intrinsic one into consideration, which will probably make up the higher percentage. And I know that Prof has a wonderful way of outlining self-introspection, Prof.
90% of stress is the one that you were supposed to be able to handle is intrinsic.
Yes.
Only 10% is the one that is caused by environments and other people.
Yes, yes.
The simple principle that we followed in this book is that there is nothing from outside you that can destroy you unless the problem is inside you. So you can say something to me. That is not the cause of stress. Stress is how I'm going to feel and react about what you say to me. Uhlangana nemuntu akhulume something.
Yes, yes.
It's your choice whether ukwate or not. And when you get angry yourself, you destroy yourself more than what the other person intended to do. You can blame the person, but you could have handled it much better.
Yes,
and just someone can just come to you and say, you are a fool. And you feel you have to prove to this person that you are not a fool.
Yes.
Once you could just laugh about it, say, oh, are we not all fools? And then it goes away.
No,
Stress is not what you go through, it's how you feel about what you go through.
No, ngiyakuva professor uyayibeka because bathole bantu la sometimes astress nje ngento lengasho lutho yabona nje into lencane mawuthi usebuka nje esisusa sakhona ayisho lutho lento but
Exactly.
And stress nethi into lengambe ngathi discover ukuthi siyakuthatha sekufake naku ICU.
Yes. Totally.
Jesus.
There are many people on wheelchairs. Literally wheelchairs.
Yes.
With whom there's nothing medically wrong.
Okay.
But everything is in their minds.
All right. Yeah, we are moving forward to my next question here. Do you have some if I can make it in this way, do you have any kind of warning flag that indicates too much stress?
You know, Nkosinati, unfortunately, some people only realize that they are experiencing burnout when their inner resources are already depleted. And we know burnout is chronic stress, which is then characterized by mental, emotional, and physical exhaustion. So it's very important to pay attention before the red flag that things are not okay in your life, that things are overwhelming. So you need to know what your stresses are. You need to look after your well-being. And if necessary, seek professional help to help you cope with that intense feeling of despair and exhaustion.
Okay.
You feel tired all the time. That's why we talk of mental exhaustion. We just feel tired. You sleep, you wake up, you still feel tired. You sweat. You have got headaches. You just feel it's telling you what the body is not able to handle the pressures. And now I want to be very clear, which you have put it through. You get it right. I'm not saying which other people have put it through. Which you have put it through.
Yeah.
The body is giving you signs, indicators. It moves from yellow and red, and you collapse.
Yo. Yeah, uti vele ngosi yami la ya bayasixwayisa ukuthi stress singoti kakhulu. You need to be careful unga stress nje ngento lengasho alutho. Now I want us to look at la a relationship, professor, in relationships. What causes stress inside relationships and how do we manage that?
All right, when we conducted the survey, we found that people are experiencing relationships, whether it be at work with colleagues, people are experiencing stress between parent and child, and then obviously there's also the stress between spouse and partner. And you know, it really is specific to the type of relationship that you have got.
Yes, yes.
But what we cannot avoid in relationships is conflict. It's inevitable. But it is the way in which you manage that conflict that is important.
Okay.
And that's the key factor resulting in conflict in relationships with others. Very I think that's one really.
Yes. In relationship, stress is the principle that you use when you interact with other people.
Yes,
Very
yes.
quickly, some people operate on a win-lose principle, wherein wherever where you go, you always calculate, what must I win? What
Yes,
must other
yes.
people lose?
Yes,
Some
yes.
operate on a lose-win principle, wherein you say, what must I lose and others win so that they see me as a victim and take care of me?
Okay.
Now, some operate on a lose-lose, and that destroys our relationship. Key, focus on a win-win principle, wherein wherever you go, you say, what value can I add to the other person? It's not always about what you get. Remember, most of the time, stress is when you try to control other people. You have your own expectation of how your partner must behave,
Yes,
how your
yes,
children must
yes,
behave, how
yes.
all other people must behave. And for this, you know what is anger? Anger is when you punish yourself for the behavior of other people.
All right.
When you punish yourself for the behavior
Okay.
of other people,
Jesus.
uyakwata ngokuthi ucabanga ukuthi labanye abantu bafanele bathi pass the way wena uthanza ngawo.
Yes, yes, yes. No, I hear you loud and clear, Professor. Uthi vele nawe ekhaya uthi mayibeka la Dr. Chanel wathi la into le causa stress ku relationship I poor communication makungifika kahle lokusho ukuthi kufune sibo communicate makukhona maybe la ngakaphatha ngakahle khona isho ukuthi lana ngaphatha ngakahle because the more lento ngistore ngistore nje la kimi semoita uhamba ngidle ihambe ngishaye. Professor and Dr. Chanel, I want us now to look at how do we manage stress, or can you give us the techniques on how to manage stress?
Nkosinati, that's a tall order,
Yes.
believe me. But in the book, we actually offer 37 stress management techniques. It really is up to the individual to decide on which technique is relevant to their situation. So, for example, if you've got someone that is cooped up in an office all day, or because of COVID they are working from home and cooped up at home all day,
yes.
they would seek the techniques that would take them outdoors. So they would select from activities there what would take them outdoors in order to alleviate their stress. But for me, if I had to choose one from the 37, because I'm very practical in nature, I would make a list of things in one's life that causes you stress.
Yes.
Write them down. Think of solutions to the problems, because you need to be aware of the stresses in your life and you need to do something about them instead of sweeping them under the carpet
Yes.
with the hope that they'll just go away. Prof, I don't know which one you relate to.
A simple guideline: don't react, instead respond.
Okay.
Which means stop and think before ukhuluma, before you talk. Stop and think before you act.
Okay.
Because that helps you to be in control. Then you can build in other mechanisms of exercising. You can change your diet. You can change your relationships. There are other, but it all starts with you. Have that self-talk and say, I've been punishing this body for a long time.
Okay.
I've been punishing this mind for a long time. Remember, stress is like when you are revving a car, but you have blocked the exhaust.
Okay.
You can imagine what happens to the engine. You are revving the car, but you have blocked the exhaust.
Okay.
So just let go. There are other things which, before you sleep today, just as Dr. Schnell has said,
Yes,
write
yes.
them down and just let go.
Jesus.
Be more lighter. You cannot move up when you are carrying a heavy load. And you realize some of this heavy load is totally unnecessary. Maybe sitting here, you are still angry about a teacher who taught you in grade 1 and said you are stupid.
Yes.
That teacher died long. That teacher has forgotten. But when you still remember it, and you want to punish the teacher, and you are carrying that,
Yes.
just let go. Now, destructive ways are when you do things like smoking, when you do things like cigarette,
Yes,
when you
yes.
do things like risky sexual behavior, when you become more violent. We say they are destructive because you are just, when you use alcohol to manage stress, you are not managing the situation. You are
Yes,
just
yes.
postponing it.
Okay. No, professor ngiyakuvala nithi isikhathi sethu asisekho ngakithi, yes, our time is already up here, but kunala bengifuna kubuta khona lenye equation professor, but bese esoyangiphendvula la, because bakhona labanye bacabanga ukuthi bulala. You see, you think that it's no more worth it for I to live. Why am I living for? Because of stress. But now the professor here has got it covered. Within a few seconds, Dr. Shannon, what can you say based on that?
Okay, I would never ever say to the person, stop being ridiculous or get over
Yes.
yourself. Okay, you want that person to feel that they've been heard.
Yes.
So
yes.
you would probably say, did I hear you say that you want to end your life? Certainly show compassion
Yes.
by acknowledging that they're going through difficult times. Offer a listening ear. Help the person to think about other alternatives
Okay.
to solving the problem. In other words, with their feelings
Yes,
and with
yes.
the actual situation. Offer ongoing support. Ask them if there's a family member or friend that they're close to.
Yes.
Encourage professional support. And if I really felt that the person is going to leave my presence and really go and kill themselves, I would actually contact the relevant person that they're close to for
Wow.
extra help.
Wow. Yeah. As I said,
And
that
just something by now on that, when a person comes to you under stress, you don't have to try to solve that person's problem.
yes.
People just need someone to listen. Just listen. That's all that people need. Just listen. Don't start prescribing and write a textbook of dictating what they should do or they should. Just listen. Then help them to understand what they're going through and
Yes.
take decisions.
Wow.
Just listen.
Loud and clear.
And never be judgmental.
Yeah.
Never.
Okay. Thank you so much. And so as we wrap up, where can they find this book if they need it, and how do they contact you?
Okay, they would have to contact the authors.
Yes.
I don't know if you want to allow us to
Yes.
give our contact
yes.
numbers. In my case, it would be 072 355 4137.
And my contact is 0824 3362. Alternatively, they can contact the publisher, our publisher. We
Yes,
appreciate Mbogoto Publishers, which has helped us to publish this book. And we appreciate you so much, Voice of Hope, for this venture.
No, Dr. Chanel, thank you so much. Professor Mduli, thank you so much. May the good Lord richly bless you. Have a wonderful day and a blessed week ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Nkosinati.
Thank you. Yes, njengoba bashito leli hlelo li-sponsored by Imbokodo Publishers. Asende ngalendlela.
Lolu hlelo uletfulelwa ngetilotfo letinhle teMbokodo Publishers. Bavakashele ku www.mbokodopublishers.co.za nobe ubashayele ku 076 063 3473 076 063 3473. Social media Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn na ku YouTube @Mbokodo Publishers.
Number one for today's hits.